Congratulations! Your VM1000 has just arrived. Let's go collect it. Check that the box is free from transit damage and that the details on the box are correct. All good? Let's get the box open. It is important to check that all the components required for the installation are in the box as listed on the label. Is everything there? Let's get started with the installation. There are two things you need to ensure before mounting the VM1000 unit. The VM1000 unit must be installed at eye level in between the cold room door and the plug point. The plug point on the cold room must be installed not more than 3 meters from the cold room door. You can now use the screws provided in the box to mount the VM1000. Mount it to the wall of the cold room using a cordless drill. Great! Now that the VM1000 is securely mounted, you can plug the surge arrestor into the power socket. Then the AC-DC adapter into the surge arrestor. And lastly, the power jack from the adapter into the VM1000. The screen of the VM1000 unit should light up now, confirming that the VM1000 has external power. At this point, we should turn the switch to the on position. This will enable the internal batteries. We can now begin with the installation of the antenna. Remove the protective cover on the magnetic base, screw in the antenna, and then secure the golden SMA connector to the VM1000. Mount the magnetic base of the antenna near the VM1000 or on top of the cold room. Being magnetic, the base attaches itself to any metal surface. Great! The antenna is now plugged in and mounted. Let's move on to the temperature probes. You are given 4 of these probes. Each one is labeled specifically for where it will be inserted into the VM1000. There are also specific points on top of the cold room where each probe will enter it. Use a conduit and a 3-way PVC box to pass the cables through toward the roof. One port of the 3-way PVC box needs to lead toward the door. On the roof of the cold room, each probe will be led via the conduit secured by saddles and tacked screws to their designated hole, where they will be dropped into the cold room. The probes should be inserted as far as the red flag has been reached. You will then need to close these holes with silicone. Remember the third port on the 3-way PVC box? This one will be used for the door sensor you will be installing next. Insert the wire from the door sensors into the port of the VM1000. The cable will then be led via conduit to the door. The sensor that is connected to the cable needs to be mounted on the cold room wall, while the other sensor needs to be mounted onto the door. And that is it! Your VM1000 temperature sensor is good to go. If you have any questions or issues, feel free to call or email us.